The Uber IPO has been a complete disaster. There's no way to sugarcoat this. This IPO has been a disaster. Uber had an abysmal second day of trading. To put it into perspective, Uber valued themselves at $82.4 billion. That's $45 a share. They ended at $37 and a quarter per share. $62 billion. That is $20 billion lost in 2 days. Even if they had only been valued at what the private market venture capitalists said they were, $72 billion, that still would have been only a $10 billion loss. They lost twice as much as what they thought, or at least what the venture capitalists thought they would lose. They lost twice. They lost $20 billion. I'm gonna say something that's gonna be very unpopular with almost everybody. I don't think anyone watching this video is gonna like what I have to say. I am rooting for Uber. I want Uber to succeed. I'm not angry at Uber. I'm going to explain why in a minute, but I want Uber to do well. The better Uber does, the better it is for everybody. All of their employees, I'm sorry, their independent contractors is what they like to say. Because see, despite all of the horrible things that Uber has said about their drivers, they're calling us independent contractors and not employees, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I believe that Uber has had a positive benefit on the American way of life. And I'm going to explain that in a second. But there is no guarantee that Uber will succeed. There is no guarantee that Uber will be around in a couple of years. Oh, sure, they have billions of dollars right now. But they've been in the red. They're losing money. And although I think that they'll rebound and I think they will win in the end, there's no guarantee of that. And this second day of IPO is proof positive of the danger that Uber can actually fail. Okay, so let me explain to you why I'm pulling for Uber, why I'm rooting for them, why I want them to succeed, and why I'm praying that they will succeed. Why do I want Uber to succeed? Well, let's do a thought experiment for a second. Imagine if Uber were to disappear tomorrow. Not just Uber, but Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub. Every single rideshare, all the gig app community, they all just disappear tomorrow. What would happen? Well, first, you have to take a look at where unemployment is today versus where they were before Uber began. And I know that this hasn't all been Uber. Don't get me wrong. If you look at the statistics, I get it. They're a small part of this. But unemployment is at 3%. When Uber first launched, unemployment was something like 9%. I mean, we were having an unemployment crisis in America. Now it's under 3%. You know how easy it is to just sign up for Uber and get a job if you need it? This is probably the greatest part-time job in the history of America. There has never been an easier part-time job with this much flexibility, basically no boss. There are so many benefits to driving for Uber. One huge thing that isn't a benefit, of course, is the low pay compared to what drivers demand. And that's why there was a strike last month. And I'm totally sympathetic. Trust me. I do believe that Uber drivers should be treated like employees, etc. They should get fair wages, etc. But I also think, can we let Uber get in the black one year? I mean, they've been losing money year in and year out. I mean, a lot of it is because they keep expanding into new markets and they're spending a lot of money. But they're losing money. They're not a profitable company yet. They have not made a profit yet. So when you see something like them losing $20 billion in a single day, That should worry us if we are drivers and we want to continue driving, or even if we're passengers and we want to keep using Uber and Lyft, etc. Because Lyft, by the way, also lost billions of dollars in their IPO. So if we want these companies to exist, we should be rooting for them, whether or not we also at the same time want to demand more fair treatment, because I'm on the left side of Karl Marx, okay? I'm a Bernie Sanders supporter. I love unions. I am not a guy who usually falls into some sort of libertarian camp. But I'm sure a libertarian listening to this is going to be like, yeah, see, I told you so. But this goes into a broader issue about the free market system in general, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That is not for this video. For this video, I only wanted to point out the news. Uber has had a disastrous IPO. So much so that I'm sure the executives are wondering if they made a mistake in going public. And I'm wondering if how is this going to affect us drivers, or if it's going to affect us drivers. But let me know what you think. I would love to hear some comments on this. If you stuck with me to the end, please leave me a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this Uber IPO. Let me know your thoughts on Uber generally. And as always, remember to drive and thrive.